Hello everyone. So I thought I'd make a little video a little bit different. I often share with you guys Dollar Tree hauls and shop with me's, and sometimes I talk a little bit about, oh, this could be used in a pocket letter, or this could be used in a pocket letter, and a lot of you reach out to me either privately or even on the comment section asking me, what is a pocket letter? Well, Aleene actually has her own YouTube channel, and she is the creator of the pocket letter. It's kind of like a form of Happy Meal with crafting and paper crafting and like a pen pal type of idea. So what you do is you create like these little window boxes, and you create a theme together, and then you write a little note to your pocket letter friend, because you do an exchange typically, and you write a little bit about yourself. And so in a way you also send little goodies, some things from your craft room, some things that are new, and you send that off as, I guess, like a pen pal letter. So she's created this, and I am absolutely in love with it because I love paper. I love stationery, and there was never like, I'm not a scrapbooker, which is weird, but I love collecting different papers and patterns and little trinkets and stuff, and this was just like, oh my goodness, it connected with me, and I was like, I can make these little windows and create these little things and then send them off to someone and hopefully make someone else's day. So I wanted to share with you more of like a beginner's pocket letter basic tutorial. I've put some tutorials on the channel before, but I just thought I would break down the process of the pocket letter in a little bit more simplified way for those who may want to play around with this idea or try it out, or use some of your craft material or little goodies that you find at the Dollar Tree and put it together in here. Remember that I will explain things that can be, you don't have to go out and purchase things. I'll explain some things that you can actually use for free, magazines, paint little papers and stuff like that. So I look forward to sharing this process with you, and also I hope that it helps you and inspires you maybe even to try out exchanging a pocket letter with a friend. So there are Facebook groups that are designated for this. If you'd like to register for something like that, you can find a partner on there. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this little pocket letter tutorial.
When I decide to create a pocket letter, what I will do is often gather items or materials that will come together in a theme. It could be a color variation, or it could be even an actual a theme of flowers or butterflies or winter theme, something like that. So what I have done here is I actually even used metals in this pocket letter. So I've put together these little charms, and I'm going to go through the pocket letter kind of and just explain some of the material you can use yourself for creating your own pocket letters. One thing you might want to play with is actually layering paper, and that kind of gives it a textured effect on your page. So there's tissue paper, I'll rip out from a book with certain words that might stand out to you on top of a tag, and then you can attach a little bit of twine. You can cut out other pieces of paper and put some foam stickies on the bottom. Use little gemstones and rhinestones. Also stickers with a bit of texture will give you a little more dimension. Sometimes you can find embellishments at your local dollar store, and they can be really simple, and then all of a sudden if you add just a little gem or something else that you have in your trinkets, it can give that extra little pop. Another thing I love to use is washi. As you can see here, I've layered 2 pieces of washi, so that gives it a little bit more effect as well. And then I've cut out and I've used toothpicks in this little window here. And so then again, if you attach a little bit more ribbon here and different layers, such as having a little piece of ribbon that then matches maybe a side tassel that you've secured to the side as well, as I've done here, I've kind of used the same material throughout. And then the center doesn't always need to be really busy, but you can just make it a simple shaker. So again, using some of the materials and the colors that are in your other pockets with the layers, you can then make a little shaker with sequin in the middle. So you can see here, I've also used a doily and just cut up. If you rip things up with your hand, it also gives it more of like an authentic feel. You can also cut things, of course, so that they're perfect, but even just ripping like a coffee filter, for example, gives it now this texture on top of some ribbon, on top of a decal, and then it just, you build up from the bottom and you keep building on top, and that gives each little window a lot more depth. So in this pocket letter, there's quite a bit of pink and natural colors, and there's little pieces of wood decals as well. So I've also used these little mini paper clips that are found at the Dollar Tree. You can paint them, of course, and add glitter if you'd like to them. In this case here, I have added glitter with a Wink of Stella brush. It is hard to capture here in the picture, but then see, I've also added little metal paper clips, and then I've thrown a couple more little metal pieces in through other areas of the pocket letter and added a little bit of this gold leafing and just kind of rubbed it in with my finger after I applied it with some glue. And you just want to carry like little pieces from one area into the other. Another thing that you can work with is a simple safety pin and adding some beads that match the theme colors of your current pocket letter, and then you have another piece that you can glue onto a piece of paper or attach to a flower, as I have done here. Use found items throughout your home like newspaper pages, an old book, magazine clippings, leaves, pressed flowers. Anything that complements your theme, you can then gather those little items and just add them in with your pocket letter creations. And that's the beauty of creating these little windows, is each one of them can tell a little bit of a different story in combination with the entire theme of the layout. I love to layer paper to add dimension. Everyone has a different technique, but whatever you play with, the most important is that you have fun. And also, if there's something that you're not happy with at the time, put it down, walk away, and come back with a fresh mind. Sometimes that makes all the difference. Sometimes I'll ink the edge of torn paper or even the little rectangular cutout that goes right into the pocket, just to give that piece of paper a little bit more depth, texture, and color. Of course, sometimes the pages can be quite dull, and if you add a little bit of inking or rubbing effect along the outside of that paper, you'll get a little bit more dimension that happens. It also adds a little vintage texture if you would like to do that as well. You can even rub the ink pad across the paper and distressing it in that way as well. Don't forget, there are so many media items that you can use, mixed media items. You can use ink, you can use paint, you can use glue, dry the glue into little daubs if you want, or little speckles on pages, and then paint them over with either, I like nail polish, some nail polishes with glitter, or just a plain nail polish or acrylic paint. They all add dimension. You can really create some wonderful little pieces, or using enamel dots. You can also even melt one of those little beads, melty beads or pony beads, into little shapes, and then that would also give some character. You can use little pieces of old jewelry if you have an old necklace and you want to take it apart, and then adding those little pieces to your pocket letters also gives it a lot of character. You can build your own charms, make your own little chain links, and I mean, anything really that you're into, you can create and put into these little pocket letters. Like, it's really, really fun to create because it's just something that's coming from your mind. Don't forget, you can use little buttons, paper clips, safety pins, anything really that you can glue or pin through paper or through fabric or through ribbon is really available to add into these different little pockets. I want to talk a little bit about the back and how you fill it in with goodies to send to your pocket letter exchange friend or buddy. So you want to add something that be useful to them. For example, little die cuts. You can have a mix of those. You can add little gems, especially things that you have used in the front of your pocket letter, maybe incorporating little sample pieces so that if they want to recreate or are inspired by yours, they can use them as well, like the little wood chips. So for example, a little bird was used in the front, so I've added some of those, and some of the little gem rhinestones that I used in the front, I've sent a couple sheets of those as well in this back pocket letter. Little buttons, little flowers. Now the shaker pocket area here does not take anything, of course, in the back, so you can add a couple little extra goodies in a little envelope, of course. And then you also want to write a little personal message to your pocket letter buddy. Once you're done, gather all of your pieces together. I personally like to trifold them because I find things stay together. And then I also like to wrap the outside either with ribbon, a doily, pieces of paper, and I also like to layer it. For example, this one here, I'm using just like a little paper bag that I cut one end. I slipped it through. This way it's nice and secure. My pocket letter is not moving around. The items in it are not falling out, hopefully. And then I've added a little embellishment that I've created here, like a big flower, added a little butterfly and a positive little affirmation. And then I just tied it with a little bow on the back with ribbon, and this way everything goes neat and tidy in a smaller envelope, nice and compact, so that when the recipient receives this, they can untie it, open it up, they'll read the little card from me, a little personal message about myself, because you want to share a little something about yourself, and then they can open up the rest of the pocket letter, admire it, and then enjoy also the little goodies that are in the back. One thing I want to just talk about as well is, when in doubt, keep it simple. You can always add more later, even if you walk away and come back. And the most important tip of all is have fun, and remember, things don't have to be perfect. This is the fun of art, and I hope you guys enjoy making pocket letters as much as I do. And until next time, everyone, have a wonderful day. Bye for now.